So America has a huge advantage in the sense that the way the country was built, we have two different systems. We got an East Coast system and West Coast system. The East Coast system is very overlapping by design because we couldn't travel too long of a distance when we created the East Coast locations. Now, if you start creating circles of coverage of 120 miles, if you want to think about it that way, they'll be overlapping. Okay, the Philly circle will overlap with the Jersey circle, overlap with the New York circle, and as you start going through these circles, they'll get all the way throughout the entire East Coast. If you look at the West Coast, it was designed around the freeway system. And so we have cities that sort of grew in an organic way, and then freeways that connect them, like islands with arteries. Now, you could do that perfectly nicely with the same model, every island, and then swap stations across the freeways. We also have another advantage in the U.S. We have 800 cars per 1,000 people. That means we have effectively a range extension mechanism built into the country. Everybody's got a second car. And so if you think of the model where your main car is the electric car, and the one time in 3 years you want to do a road trip, you take the other car that's been parking for 3 years, we're covered.
Can you talk more then? I'm from San Francisco, and I know you've been talking to the mayor there. Any word about where you might start, East Coast, West Coast, and how that would work region-wise?
Mayor Gavin Newsom is very excited about this idea. He wants to start in the Bay Area, not just San Francisco, but the entire Bay Area.
It has to be a region.
We're looking at a region because you don't drive a car just in San Francisco. So we're looking at the questions around the region. There are other participants in that, and when we have something to share about that, I'm sure the mayor will share it with the people in San Francisco.
Great. One last question, just about the battery swapping stations, which I think is the thing most people are most skeptical about. Because why that's going to work and why what you're doing will work and why those stations will.
It works for a couple of reasons. One, we could have done that 100 years ago. We've done it with electric cars 100 years ago where we swapped batteries. They were about 5 times heavier. And we've improved in technologies a bit in the last 100 years. Not too much, but a bit in the last 100 years. We also did the same thing in '73. Mercedes had a swappable battery. The buses for the Olympics in China are swappable battery buses. So I got to tell you, the people who tell you it can't be done, they can build a car, but they can't swap the battery in the car. I kind of question that still.
Great, thank you.
See a NASCAR race?
Yep, they're pretty fast.
Yeah. Right. So if you gave a NASCAR team the option to swap a car and ask them how long it would take, guarantee you they'll do it in less than 7 seconds.
Are those going to be A123 batteries? You still working different people?
We don't mention that.
I saw a smile between you two up there, which is